I am the Headless Headhunter. I am a corporate recruiter here to review your resumes to get you ahead of your job search. So the first resume we have up is a software developer. And they have graduated last year with a degree in a CS degree, which is computer science degree. And they've been actively applying to positions and they haven't really gotten anything. Their ratio is 100-1. What a ratio is the volume of applications to interviews, basically a 1 in 100. So it takes them 100 applications to get a single interview, which is not good. Ideally, we want about... Normally you want 1 to 50 at a bare minimum. That's like a C- equivalent in that it barely passes, but it does pass. But as a fresh grad, even if the fresh grad was a year ago, we do 1 to 75. So this is probably going to be bad, but not like awful. But let's see what the problem is. And the problem is probably that they don't specify what they are because they just said software developer. Let's see. It's dedicated software developer, editing, blah, 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 blah. Okay, don't care. So here's the biggest problem with a software engineers in general, right? Biggest problem with software engineering resumes is they do not pick a stack. I don't know how to code, obviously. I'm not here to tell you how to code in Python or Java or whatever. I'm telling you what hiring managers and recruiters want to see in a resume. And for some reason, which is beyond me, but I do know this works, is they want to know that you are specified in either front end, back end, or full stack. And if you are specialized in back end, you need to be specific of Python, Java, or C. They rarely like resumes to have all of those. So we need to pick either full stack, back end, or front end. And I do know that full stack is both back end and front end, but they have different keywords. So unfortunately that is the case, and that's probably where this fails. Because they all have very different keywords they're looking for. And I'm not telling you need to be like, you need to specialize during college. I'm telling you that you need to focus on a certain stack for your resume, because the resume is not to showcase how good you are. Resumes stink at showing how good you are, but they are to show you have the minimum qualifications. So I'm assuming based on the fact that they put software developer that they're not being specific, which is why they're having a problem. So again, we do not need this. And where's your education? You said you'd graduate. Education should be at the top, especially for software engineering. Even if you've been like working at it for 10 years, the only exception is if you didn't get like a CS degree or something, then you don't want to put it up at top. So yeah, education, you got your CS, put that up top. That's really huge. That should be up top. Also, I have to scroll slowly because this person accidentally doxed himself. So they have a summary. I don't care about summaries. You don't need summaries. What you need should look like this: first name, last name, phone number, email, LinkedIn portfolio, and then citizenship status and city and state if you are a U.S. citizen or green card holder, and then your education in 1 line or 2 if you have like another degree, and then your work history or projects. So yes, education needs to be at the very top. People argue the most with me about that, but I don't know why. It's in the job description. They need to see it. Especially for a fresh grad. So that's one of the reasons. Now, taught core software engineering topics, including data structure, algorithm, the full stack using. Here's the problem. You said Python, Java, and C. If I was looking for full stack, which I can get the list of, by the way, I have the keywords for front end, back end, specifically Python and Java. I don't have C backend keyword saved, and full stack. Those are going to be different keywords, right? Like a full stack keyword would be, can I pull it up in time? Would be this. Okay, that's full stack. A backend, let's say Python, which is, no, that's the EU version. Okay, a backend Python would be this. You're probably gonna have to pause it. And yes, there are overlaps like SQL, Cloud, and API. But the difference is a backend Python is probably going to focus, they want to see a little bit more about like Docker, Kubernetes, and Django. Alternatively, a full stack wants to see JavaScript, CSS, and HTML, in addition to maybe React.js. So your keywords matter. So this is fine. Even if you've done all of that, I need you to break this down into separate resumes where it just says taught core software engineering, taught Python, TypeScript, JavaScript, CSS, and HTML, 2 other classes. And then on another resume, it says taught Python, Docker, Kubernetes, I think, or Java. So you need to break it down. The problem is generalized resumes do not work. Not just for software engineering, just in general. Generalized resumes, they stink. They just don't work. They never do. And I need to see how you use these. All right, you cannot just put a little skills section. It doesn't count. So to summarize, formatting is slightly off in that your education is at the bottom and they may not even get down that much. But a bigger issue is that you don't focus. Focus on the resume. Again, it's a snapshot of how you're qualified with a certain thing. Even if you did more, that's okay. You don't need to mention it. Like here, CI/CD, cool. That's actually good to know. But LLMs, maybe not. RESTful APIs, probably useful. AWS, but I don't know if you've done JavaScript, CSS, and HTML. I don't know if you've done Java microservices and Spring. I don't know if you've done Python, Docker, and Kubernetes and Django. Those are going to be sort of the differences. So let me know in the comments below, and I have those keywords. Again, I don't have C. It's been a while since I did a C resume, but I have the keywords for basically every other stack or Ruby. Please somebody send me a Ruby on Rails resume. I haven't reviewed those in ever. So, but that's all I can really do with this resume is essentially it's not focused. So the formatting, again, it's not the worst. It's legible and it could be slightly better, but it's legible. The problem is there's really not a ton here. Git is good, like I said, AWS and RESTful, but you're sort of missing SQL, this big chunk, and then possibly this chunk, depending on what it is. So that's all I can do. If you all want more help, I look up these keywords on my live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST at Headless Headhunter. Nope, at twitch.tv/Headless Headhunter. Also, the link is below. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And let's go to the next resume. Or submit your own. It's all free. I like helping people. Next resume. This is another software engineer. Actually, looking at this, the next one is a full stack, then software, then backend. So this is almost entirely software engineering. Well, no, it is entirely software engineering. But this person has been looking for, I think, a month less than the previous person. So June 2024, or a month more. Yeah, less. And their ratio is actually a little bit worse. It's 150 to 1. So that means it's taking them 150 applications to get an interview. And considering they also said software engineer and they did not specify as front end, back end, full stack, and if back end, if it was Java, Python, or C, or maybe Ruby, please somebody send me a Ruby on Rails resume. I really want to review a Ruby on Rails resume. They were huge when I first started recruiting, and now they're like, I've never seen them. So... but yeah, I'm assuming the same thing as last time. Although I will say the previous person's formatting is better than this. So first off, you just graduated. Put your education up at top. Education should always go up top. Technical skills sections, don't want them, don't need them. Seriously, they are not helpful unless you're like a director. Because it doesn't matter that you say you've used JavaScript. I need to see how and why you've done it. Okay, that's the big thing. So. But the previous person had better success, and I think you can see why, is that their formatting was a little bit better, so they could actually read a few. And if I look at this, they actually had a little bit more keywords in the previous resume. So the previous resume was better than this one. They had a little bit more. It's still not good, though. So SQL is good. Next.js and React. Azure is good. Cloud. What kind of cloud? Azure Cloud. That's fine. So that makes sense. Although I don't know. You could have just accrued to Azure Cloud Development. But yeah, so here's the problem. This only has like 2 or 3 things I want. And again, I don't know if they're full stack, front end, or back end. Which this don't do this. I did this originally on one of my guides because I was debating doing it, and I've since come around to realize that it just doesn't count. I'm sorry. It's not good. Don't have the tech stack you used. It needs to be in the bullet points. You need to show how you used it. But if this is, I don't know what this is. I don't know if this is front end, back end, or full. Let's see. Full stack. Okay, so this is at least full stack using React, Node, and Flutter. I don't care about Flutter. Chrome, WebSockets don't care about. CI/CD don't care about. AWS I do care about. But where's the TypeScript, the Python, the JavaScript, the CSS, the HTML? You don't always need the Python. Python's nice, but I do need the TypeScript. You have it here. Where is it here? I need it here. I need to say created or led a development using TypeScript, HTML, CSS, and where's the HTML, JavaScript, and CSS? That is huge. The Node is great, but yeah, I don't care about that. MongoDB, where is it? Don't see it here. I need to see it here. Cannot just say used X. I need to see it here, how you used it and why you used it. Let's see. Design, build to maintain operational excellence. Don't care about any of that. Build scalable notifications for platforms using React Native. React is nice. Yeah, so you didn't specify, but although it does read more like a full stack, and this is the keywords for a full stack. These are the saved keywords for full stack. But you need to focus on this because I don't care about the rest of it. And I saw a LinkedIn post, right, that I am completely stealing because I think this is the best way to describe it, and I wish I could remember the person who wrote its name, so it is officially stolen. But essentially, if you go to a restaurant and you say, hey, I would like some spaghetti and I would like a Dr. Pepper, and they hand you back a chocolate milkshake and a pizza, you would be upset. And you'd be like, cool, I like both of those things. I don't want them right now. I want spaghetti and a soda, preferably Dr. Pepper or Pepsi. Both of them work. And they don't give you that. They say, okay, sorry, let me go back. So they come back in the restaurant, they redo it out, and they give you a salmon and a egg cream. And you're like, that's not what I wanted. And that's the exact problem here, is jobs are specified to what the hiring manager wants, and they're usually broken down specifically into full stack, back end, front end, and if back end, which one of those stacks. And everything else is irrelevant. I am sure that accelerating release cycles by 40% and reducing deployment errors by 70% is impressive, but it's not something I care about. And I'm not doing this to be mean. I'm not saying your accomplishments are worthless. It's not relevant, and that's the problem. Is it's not what I want to see. A resume is by itself designed terrible at showcasing how good you are. The resume shows you meet the minimum qualifications, which is why you need to put JavaScript, CSS, HTML, and TypeScript, because those are the minimum qualifications. And then in the interview, you show how you meet the maximum. That's where you show off. The interview is where you show off, but not with the recruiter, with the hiring manager. So again, there's not really anything you can do. The formatting is worse than the previous one, and it has less keywords, and those keywords are in the wrong places, which is why the previous resume, even though it may have looked less pretty, was more successful, and its formatting was better. So it still also needs work, but it's comparatively better. So I think this is actually really good that you can see a comparison. So let's go to the next resume. This is a resume of a full stack developer. This is actually really, really good. They said full stack. So the full stack keywords are TypeScript, Python, JavaScript, CSS, HTML, Node, Angular, Next.js, MongoDB, SQL, React.js, API, REST, Cloud, Agile, CI/CD, and sometimes cross-functionally, and bonus points are for architecture, extra language, and Git. We don't know their ratio, but they just graduated, and they wanted to know what I think about their resume that you've been to apply. This is awful. There are a lot of issues with it. So first off, this person, you have their name in the GitHub thing, so I assume that is what you wanted. You wanted people to go to GitHub. If that is incorrect, I will delete this section of the video, and this will just be shorter. So let me know if this is okay to keep in, because there's no way for me to break that out without actually not being able to review it. So, but also you have a couple of problems with and I'm not talking about the crazy formatting. So first off, your contact information is at the bottom. Don't do that. Contact information goes up top. You do your first name, your last name, your phone number, email, the LinkedIn portfolio. Either one works, or GitHub. GitHub is fine instead of LinkedIn. And then the citizenship status, city and state, if you are a U.S. citizen, a green card holder, and you're applying to that area. Then you put your education. This is an abomination. It's really hard to read. So remember, we have 15 seconds to view your resume. And the problem is, I'm not viewing your resume in a vacuum. I'm not coming back from lunch, booting up my computer, having a nice cup of coffee, and being like, all right, time to use my 15 seconds. There were 30 resumes before you, possibly for different positions. I have recruited for IT at the same time as project managers, as oligonucleotide scientists, as project managers and product managers and sales. It's possible that they are coming from other requisitions that are not related to your industry. So we are doing all of that and 15 seconds. Is a 6 minutes full time. Prince focusing on HTML, JavaScript. Okay, I mean, that's nice that it focuses on it, but I need I need to know how you do, not what the program does. Git in GitHub is fine. Project management issues with GitHub projects. I mean, this is cool, but you have 2 things that are Git, and you I don't know what you did here, right? This is fine that it is a full stack something. Database planning registry, I don't care about that. Single page application, React is fine. Modern ETS is, and JavaScript, good, and CRUD. I don't care about the CRUD, but this is actually an okay bullet point. Server-side test development with Python, Django, and SQL, utilizing OPO and this is actually a fine way to do it. Your bullet points are actually good, assuming they could even get to it, but the rest of it is bad. So this I don't need, this I don't need. You can safely delete this. I can't scroll down because your contact information is at the bottom for some reason. Driven by a desire for mastery and continuous growth, I thrive on challenges. I'm always eager to learn new technologies. Don't do that. Don't have that. I don't want that. That's not good. That's not going to help you at all. Daily dev is helped. Okay, again, it's okay to describe a little bit about what it is, but this is way too long. Don't care about this. Yeah, but how did you make it? Was it just JavaScript React? You don't tell me. Okay, don't care. Here, built as a capstone project associated front end with Tailwind and architecture. Don't say Tailwind, say CSS. It's very rare they actually say Tailwind. They usually just want CSS. So yeah, your bullet points on your first one are actually not bad. This is not good because you don't tell me what you did, but the rest of it is awful. I mean, this is not good. Just use a basic formatting. Like, seriously, that's kind of the thing that bugs me the most about this is you actually kind of got it right here. This is how you write sentences. These are the stuff we'd want to see. And you have a lot of what we'd want to see. But everything else, I don't. And it's so hard for me to actually find this. And I don't know. I assume that you did the software school instead of CS degree, which is okay. But, like, this resume would be infinitively better if you did not try to do this stuff. And look, I understand liking to be unique, right? That's cool. I get it. It makes sense. You want to be known for stuff, but formatting, the entire point of the formatting is so that I could see the stuff that's highlighted clearer. That's it. And this makes it harder, which is why it fails. And your contact information's at the bottom. So there's a lot of wasted space. And it really makes me sad because you actually had some really good bullet points that people are probably going to miss this because you tried this stuff that you did. So please fix it. And again, if you don't want people to know your GitHub, then let me know and I'll just delete this whole section of the video. But I assume that you wanted it to be shown based on that, you know, that is what you want and you want people to know. So that's all I can really do for this. It actually has some good bullet points. And I'm just sad that the rest of it is so bad that they'll never know because they may not see it. So let's go to the next resume. This is a resume of a software engineer. What kind? Again, I don't know. I'm going to guess based on the one bullet point I was able to read that this is a front-end dev in the US, which I'm going to guess. So this is front-end in the US. I don't know if this is actually a front-end resume or not. I have no idea. But this person is a new grad looking for entry-level roles. I think they said their ratio is good, but I don't know if that's accurate or not. So let's see. So first off, formatting could use a little work. It's not terrible though. I think this is one of the better ones. This should not be bolded and should be one line. This doesn't need to be here. This should not be bolded. But we start with SQL, which is good. I don't really care about Snowflake or 20%. Then we have Agile, which is good. Then we have PyTorch, which can be depending on the job. So again, I don't know what this is, but I am looking for SQL and Agile. Then web and mobile, we have HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and C#. Boom. This alone will get you interviews. Reducing patient retrieval time by 25%. I don't really care about the 25%. .NET. Okay, good. Those are, I think this is a C. This might be a full stack with a little bit of C. So I don't have those off the top of my head. So I don't think these are the right keywords. This actually reads more like a full stack with C#, which is good because I do know .NET Core and is part of that. and API, Java, Kotlin, and Swift. Okay, so you need to focus a little bit, but I can actually see that why this resume is getting stuff is you have a lot of the keywords. I think you need to focus on this because it's kind of in between like a full stack and then maybe a backend, and depending on both Java and, you know, again, Java and C. But this actually isn't bad. That's probably why they're getting a lot of their ratio is relatively good. So yeah, all you really need to do is fix the formatting and then focus a little bit, and then add 1 or 2 bullet points with those focus keywords, and I think you're good. But you have a lot of it. Oh, that's why this is Android and iOS. Yeah, this is solid. So yeah, you just want to split it into a full stack resume and then a iOS/Android resume, and then maybe a third one or not. But this is not bad. You have a lot of the keywords I would be looking for. Again, the formatting is a little off, but I would rather have bad formatting than bad bullet points. The bullet points are the most important thing. The formatting's only point is to find the bullet points, and while your formatting isn't great, it's not the worst. It's like a C- formatting. So yeah, you just need to clean it up a little bit. And I think that's it. Add a couple of keywords to this and focus, and you should be good. But this is the best resume of this bunch so far. So, because I can actually at least see the full stack stuff here of that, and then sometimes they use C# instead of that Python. But you have the Agile, you have the API. I would recommend Cloud if you could have it, if you do have it. But yeah, so focus, fix the formatting a little bit, and your ratio is probably going to be even better than 1 in 25. It could possibly be 1 in 15, 1 in 20. I mean, at that point, between 1 in 25, 1 in 20, I know that's a minimum difference of 5 applications interview, but, you know, there's only so low you can go, but that's still a phenomenal ratio. Let's go to the next resume. This is, I think, a Python developer. So this is the keywords for the European Union Python developer. So this is what we're going to be looking for in a back-end engineer, specifically Python in the EU. It will change a little bit in the US and will change for sure if it's a C or Java developer. So Python, SQL, Docker, Kubernetes, Django, Flask, Cloud, and any of its keywords. So AWS, GCP, Azure, and then like sometimes has like EC2 or whatever, EC2. Those, just a couple of those are nice. RESTful or fast APIs, Git, CI/CD, and a bonus is full stack, DevOps, MLOps, object-oriented programming, and multi-threading. So that is what we're going to be looking for. This person's ratio is 1 to 75, which is not good. Could be worse, but not great. They say apply only on LinkedIn, which is okay. Again, Indeed and LinkedIn are going to contain like 75 to 80% of most of the jobs. So they are the aggregate. Oh, it looks like they may also be C. I'm not sure. So first off, I don't need a summary. Unless you are changing industries, or there's one other reason you'd want a summary, and I said it today in stream, and my mind is blanking. But unless you are changing your industries, or you need to explain like how a visa works, you don't need a summary. It's not needed. So this can be deleted. Skill sections don't count. Again, I don't want to see it. Also, maybe this person is a C developer and not a Python developer, in which case I don't have that saved. But because I did not know you were a C++ developer, I didn't get those keywords advanced. So unfortunately, you need to be specific. Let me double check. Maybe I do and I'm lying. No, I do not. I do not have C++ saved. So, but yeah, this can be deleted. Again, nothing here. I cannot. This is formatted weird. Nothing here should be bolded. I do not need anything. Also, where's your education? You just graduated. Yeah, you just, oh no, wait, do you want an internship? Okay, hold on. The differences in a resume between an internship and a full-time job are massive. So I don't know if you're actually looking for an internship or not, or if you're looking for a full-time job. So those are very different keywords. So yeah, I can't really do much with this. Your formatting's not good. And I think if you literally just deleted this, fixed this, no bullet points, add your education up top, you probably get 1 in 50, because it's HTTP, GoChill, C++. Yeah, I don't know if these keywords would be right or not, because I didn't look it up ahead of time, because I didn't know. I have to know what kind of software engineer you are. I don't have it off the cuff. I have to look it up. That's what I do. So, but yeah, your formatting's way off, and it kind of makes it hard to read. So just fix the formatting, like I have in the description below. fix that, focus on those keywords, and then decide if you're going for an internship or full-time job, because a resume that gets you internships may not get you a full-time job, and vice versa. What internships they're mainly looking for is a basic understanding of the topic. We're talking real basic, even more basic than I normally say, along with the ability to work well with others, take criticism, multitask, and be directed. Not lead, but be directed. While a actual full-time job is going to be looking more for like a deeper understanding of the technical stuff, so those keywords itself rather than just like a couple of them, and hopefully like they don't really need as many soft skills. So that's all I can really do for this. It's just, again, like your formatting's off, and I don't know what you're looking for, because I'm not sure if it's a back-end full-time C++ developer or an internship, because weirdly enough, you don't need to specify what kind of software engineer you are for an intern. I don't know why it works like that, but it just does. So for internships, you do not need to specialize. For full-time jobs after internships where you get paid the money, that is where you need to focus and specialize. So please, if everybody likes this, like, comment, and subscribe. Really does help me out. If you need more help, stop by my Twitch chat, twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter, Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST. And I want to help as many of you as I can, and I want to make sure that you can get ahead of your job search. I'll see you in the next video.